Hi everyone, and welcome to Dr. D's 5-minute lecture series. Today I'm going to be talking about the problem of evil in relation to the existence of God. So here we go, starting my timer. Now, the problem of evil comes in lots of different forms, but probably the most simplest is the following proof. Number 1, God is omniscient, omnipotent, and omnibenevolent. Number 2, either God exists or evil exists. Number 3, evil exists. Therefore, number 4, God does not exist. Now, deductively, this is a valid argument by what's known in logic as modus tollens. Now, according to modus tollens, if a conditional statement, such as if P then Q, is accepted, and the consequence does not hold, that is not Q, then the negation of the antecedent, not P, can be inferred. So, if there is a God, P, then there would be no evil, Q. There is evil, not Q, therefore there is no God, not P. So given that this is a valid argument according to the laws of deduction, we can look at the premises and see whether they hold or not. Now, one possibility is that you can look at the three characteristics of God that we first mentioned. The fact that he is omniscient, that is all-knowing, omnipotent, all-powerful, and omnibenevolent, all-good. Now, if you give up any one of these three, then evil becomes less of a problem. For example, if God were all-powerful and all-good, but not all-knowing, evil may exist in this world, for example, and he or she just wouldn't know about it. Now, if we then give up omnipotence, his all-powerfulness, we could say that God knows everything, so knows of evil, and is all-good, and so would prevent it, but lacks the power to be able to stop it in all cases. And then the third option would be that God is all-powerful and all-knowing, but not all-good. So one could argue that God was either amoral or immoral or insane or a sadist who enjoyed inflicting evil upon the creatures that he created, in which case you wouldn't need an explanation for evil. Now, the theist isn't going to like any of these options. For the traditional theist from Anselm and Aquinas, and before and after, it was very important that God, what I call the God of the three O's, be maintained, his omniscience, omnipotence, and omnibenevolence. So another possibility is to refine the statement about what evil is and whether it's morally justified or not. Now, generally, in philosophy of religion, when we talk about evil, it encompasses both sort of human evils, things that we do to each other out of our own free will, but it also encompasses what we could call natural evils, such as hurricanes, floods, earthquakes, disasters, and diseases and things like that. So if we refine our understanding of evil to restrict it to morally unjustified evil, a theist could argue that some evils, some suffering that we undergo, is meant to train us, to mature us spiritually, to prepare us for heaven, to test us. So we could refine the argument to say that if there is morally unjustified evil in the world, then God cannot exist. Now, a common strategy then for atheists is to point out this morally unjustified evil. And a classic example is in Dostoevsky's Brothers Karamazov, where Ivan Karamazov argues that because there is suffering in the torture of innocent children, that he cannot accept the existence of God. So for Ivan, this kind of suffering to innocent children would constitute a morally unjustified evil, and therefore he refuses to believe in the existence of God. Now, the way that theists attempt to solve this problem, the problem of evil, is through different strategies known as theodicies. So basically, a theodicy is to give an account of how You can have the God of three O's, omniscient, omnipotent, and omnibenevolent, and have the existence of some type of evil in the world. But it looks like I'm just about out of time, so we'll talk about theodicies next time. So thanks for joining me for Dr. D's 5-minute lecture series, and I hope to see you guys again sometime soon. Bye.